with Aston Villa Women News. It says you're part of the Pride Aston Villa Women podcast, and we are very excited to talk to you about the first 70 minutes of the Manchester United game. The rest of it, we'll take or leave and see how it goes. But of course, I can never do this by myself. Very happy to be joined by not just Emma, not just Gary, but a Lindsay as well. How are we all? Are you doing well?
Yeah, are you?
Yes, lots of nodding. Good, good. Glad to see it. Yeah, because
I
we
was
all
just
kind
doing
of.
the gentlemanly thing, letting the ladies go first. But yes, I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Freya?
That was good. Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah, very good. I was going to say we're a couple of minutes late, so we do apologise. But bath time's going on behind me, and no one wanted a crying baby, really. So, but we're here, and we're going to talk all things Villa. Now coming into this game, we kind of said we hope we put up a good fight. You know, we really hope we'd at least get a point, but we know United have signed some more incredible quality players, and essentially we can just do what we can do. So yeah, Lindsay, before the match, how were you feeling about it, considering what United have been doing in this transfer window?
I was quite hopeful because we're seeing how they played. We know we can hold our own with them, but we also know that if we make mistakes, we'll be punished. They brought some good signings in, some half unknowns and half knowns. So it's kind of like it's exciting time. But then we've also got our own signings, and we hopefully get to see them for more minutes and get to see how they settle in. So I was quite optimistic and hopeful for us. And to be fair, I was all game, but I'm just deluded.
I think at this stage there's got to be some bit of delusion, hasn't there, to get through the full 90. But Gary, we started off not too badly, did we? I mean, we matched them for quite a good bit of that first half. Well, let's start
The
again. What do
opening
you think
10
after
minutes
that?
we were a little bit cheeky. That one where Hanson's seen Joyce off her line and had a pop. It's
We
like,
went for it.
well,
Yeah.
well we're definitely up for the fight. And they equalised straight after they scored, it showed they were up for the fight. So I think we've done a good account of ourselves in the first half.
Yeah, and I think it was so. Like you said, it was quite an intense 10 minutes. Shot at both ends. I think Malar came quite close as well, and then of course Kirsty took that shot from distance. But then Emma, for you, when Zigiotti scored that Olympico, did you kind of think, can we? Is this how this is going to be? What did you think after that?
Yeah, exactly that. Because, to be fair, I was a little bit like Lindsay. I was a little bit optimistic at the start of the game because we beat them I swear it was 1-0 away. And I was like, you know what? We
But
could
that's the
definitely.
game Mary got her first goal.
Yeah, that was Mary's goal.
Yes, yes. And then I was like, oh, we were without Lucia, we were without Rach, and it was Chas as well we were without. And I was like, I'm a little bit worried now. But then when it started and we were like on the front foot, I was like, yeah, okay, we're matching it, we're doing okay. We've got the lineup was I think the same as the week before. So I was like, okay. And then that happened and I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those days.
However, it wasn't up to a point, was it? Because then Kirsty Hansen, of course it was Kirsty Hansen, 2 minutes later on the counter gets an absolutely cracking goal sent into Tullis the other way. Because then, of course, going into half time at 1-1, it's like, you know what, actually, we're playing well, we're matching them, we can do this. And thank you to everyone who's already put in comments in the chat as well. You know, Kachu saying, surprised at the result, mate, so were we. We didn't think it was going to turn out that way.
I think it helped that we equalised so quickly as well. Because
yes, it gave us that hope, didn't it?
Us to equalise that quickly. Like, I know as soon as we concede, we tend to turn on the gear. We kick ourselves back into gear again and start playing properly again. But it's normally like a good 5-10, if not more, before we can then attempt to score again and then get it in the back of the net. So to do it like pretty much straight off the kickoff was quite insane and quite surprising. And I think that then probably shocked them as well, because I don't think they would have expected it to be so quick straight after them scoring.
Yes, because we like you said, we try and attack on the counter, we try and get back into it straight away, but sometimes it does take a long time. And yeah, it kind of Gary, I'll talk to you a little bit about the formation because we kept that three at the back. We had the four in front, and then Maya was by herself in that 10 role, wasn't she, with Kirsty and Georgia up top. And I felt like sometimes Maya was quite isolated, especially in that first half. She was a bit better getting involved in the second, but she was very alone. And then Kirsty was making these fantastic runs, but because she's so quick, and Georgia is also quick, but not as quick. So it's almost as if we get in there and we're trying, but did you feel like that wasn't quite working, especially against United in that
It
midfield?
was a bit of a struggle against United. Maya, obviously, the first game I've seen her was the one against Liverpool, and she actually really impressed in that game. But I think she's finding that obviously the games are pretty quick. Doesn't help that we do have some pretty rapid attackers. So if the game is fast moving, we largely try to play counter. And whenever she's back at defensive positions, because like she's not afraid to get stuck in, and I try and win the ball, but
Yeah.
he did look a little bit lost against United.
And I just
But she
felt
wasn't great against Arsenal. I know I wasn't here last week and you probably spoke about that, but I wasn't too impressed about when she was playing for us when we played Arsenal as well. So, I don't know. Is there something going on?
well,
Maybe.
I think it might just be between kind of like teams who play really heavily through their midfield because Arsenal do that, don't they? And I just feel like if you're putting her alone, you'd think maybe push someone else up with her, possibly, or change that slightly. Because even, you know, put push Maritz back into the back line and have a 2 and a 2 if you really want to. Because I just think there was so much space in that first half that, I know Faye's put in the chat there, thank you Faye, Man United took their chances in the end and they were able to really utilise that space that was left, unfortunately. Because I know we were going to talk about Jenna Niswanger when she came on, so we'll talk about it now. But I remember I said in the chat, because I was trying to watch it on multi-view, I was like, what's people's thoughts on Niswanger? Because I can just see her and she's like this tiny in a corner. And Emma, I think it was you and Emily, I think, it said, yeah, really impressive attacking going forward. But because she's so high up and she's come on for Miri, there's then that huge gap behind as well, which United could end up utilising. So, Lindsay, how about, is there anything else Natalia could have done with that lineup, do you think? Because we are missing some key figures, so do you think she's just tried to make the best of a bad situation?
It's hard, isn't it? Because she's stuck for players, really. And the issues that Maya was having were the same that Mana had when we had Mana Iwabuchi years and years ago. Not that many years ago. I'm putting years on her age, sorry, Mana. But when we had her, like, she was having the same problem. And I think about other Japanese players, and I'm thinking if they played in isolation, then they potentially might show. So it might just be a generic, not a generic thing, but a thing that's unique to the Japanese players and their style of play. But it's just hard. I think substitutions for once came-ish at the right time, but it's hard, isn't it? Who do you start? Who do you not start? If Georgia had got that goal, like, would it have changed things? Would it not? It's just a real match of fine lines.
Yes, yeah, and I think that's it, because it is, yeah, and it's too often the case, isn't it? Because again, Faye's in there, the score didn't reflect the performance, and I agree. Especially, until that 70th minute, it was pretty much neck and neck. We were both having chances. Defence was incredible on both ends. Both keepers putting in some cracking saves, and you just think it should have been tighter. The scoreline should have been much tighter. But we're going to talk about the turning of the tide. Don't worry. Because speaking,
it's a wee bit the same as the Arsenal game, though. The Arsenal game we created chances, the United game, we created chances, we just haven't taken them. You know,
Can't finish. Yeah.
Georgia had a good chance. Yeah, we had another one just before half time. I can't remember who it was that had it. But then obviously there was
Carter.
Kirsty.
Yeah, it was Maya.
Then obviously Kirsty had tried the lob Joyce as well previously, and even whenever Salmon came running down the wing and sort of shot from that right angle.
Yeah.
I know that there was, I think it was maybe Letitia that was on Kirsty at that stage, but there was a little bit of space in and around the box. And Kirsty's the kind of player that could have found it. If she had scored it, Kirsty might have even got it into the net. You know, it's about trying to look up and seeing what's around you. You know, we're not always making the best decisions.
Yes, yeah, and I felt that very much. Unfortunately, talking about Ebony again, but I think she came on. So 63rd minute, she came on for Georgia, and then Jean-Francois came on for Taylor at that point as well. And you just think there were a couple of occasions, like you said, where she either tried to shoot where she could have squared it off, or when she did pass when actually she had the better opportunity. And I just think in practice, wouldn't it be fantastic? Because obviously we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, we don't know what training looks like, but to just have that drill again and again and again of different positions, different angles, getting, and you just think, we know that's what they're probably doing anyway. We do know that, but there's just too many times where the wrong decisions are being made. And I know Kachu was there saying, well, it's unacceptable if I'm a Villa fan. It's not unacceptable. It's just, we know it can be avoided, if that makes sense. So we know they've got it in them, and we know they've got the talent and the quality. It's just, when is that going to transfer into a game situation from training? And that's the disconnect, isn't it? Because so in that first half, let's just round up then. So we talked about the intense opening 10 minutes. United try and Zigiotti getting that opening goal, Hansen equalising very shortly after. I thought Maritz was very impressive during the game, actually.
Yeah.
Her being slightly higher. Usually it's Patsy going on a run, but it was Noelle this week. And then it was Maya with that curling ball at the 45-minute mark, where Tullis Joyce really had to get a hand to it. And there was still fire there at that point, wasn't there? And you just think, okay, 1-1, we know what they've got to come off the bench. We know we're a bit thin, but maybe we can hold out. You know, we've got a point. Let's not do anything with it. So, second half still looked pretty good. Came out 10-15 minutes. Like I mentioned earlier, Maya seemed a lot more fluid. She was getting involved a bit more. Georgia had her chance at around the hour mark, because that's when Parker came down the wings, didn't she? And she cut across to give it to Georgia. And that's when the substitutes began. So let's just have a look at who was on our bench compared to United's, and just this kind of says all of the quality indeed. So on our bench, got Sabs, of course. We had Jean-Francois, who did come on at this point. We had Leah, Millie Round. We will come back to talk about Millie, and Lydia Salloway. So three academy-ish young players. Then we had Jenna Nicewong and Ebony Salmon, and that was it. So in terms of options, we were quite thin on the ground, weren't we? Whereas United could have brought on Awujo, Nalsund, Lundqvist, Turland and Turner as well as their youngsters. They had Drury, Griffiths, and Middleton Patel and Rendell as well. So we know they've had a good window, and you just think, how soon is that going to come back and bite us a little bit? Because Gary, we talk about, getting to that 70-minute mark, but as soon as that Turland goal went in, there was a bit of a shift, wasn't there?
There really was. It was at that stage of the game, Turland came on, Lundqvist came on, and Park went out wide. And we did not know how to handle Park. Yeah, but even for Park's goal, she literally ran through about 5 of our defenders. You know, we
It
had
was too
such
easy.
a compact defence, and she just ghosted through.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a change of the tide. Once she went out wide, we had lost her. You know, that's it. We had no idea where she was coming from at this stage. Curland is always a threat, no matter what. You know, as I was saying to you before the start, we didn't have a great Cranmore angle, but I actually don't think her second goal was offside either. She was tormenting our back line. You know, so it really did turn the course of the game. Once they came on, we were lost.
We just couldn't get out of their press at one point, could we? And it was all in and around our third, and especially in our box. And you just think our defense is good, and I think it would have been a hell of a lot worse if we didn't have Roebuck. She made, I think it was 4. It went down as 4 very impressive saves, and then the others she just got a hand to, hadn't she? And I think there was only one that she just couldn't get to in time, which she just couldn't get there. But you just think if there was any of those other factors, the scoreline would have been so much higher.
I don't think it helped at that stage. Our back line lost its shape whenever Delondes went off and Miri went off.
Yeah.
I think they were 2 pivotal players, and I know Miri got a yellow.
They both
Did we find?
Did
they both get
one?
one?
I think they both did. Yeah.
Yes, they did. They did.
It was OC's yellow card that I was a little bit fuming about, because at that point I think it was still, I can't remember what the score was, but either way.
So it would have been still 1-1. Yeah, 55th minute she got it.
So they were time wasting so much, like United were, and I was getting so annoyed because I was like, do they not want, like, yes, as a Villa fan we want the 3 points, but and we are the sort of team that would settle for a draw, but United surely want the 3 points from us. Like, you know, we're a bit of a bogey team to them. So why were they trying to take 10 minutes to do a throw in? Why were they trying to take 10 minutes to do a free kick? And the ref was saying nothing. And then OC, I personally think it was a decent foul. Like, not a decent foul, a decent tackle. That's the one. And then she got.
It was a good foul. Yeah, should have got the yellow.
I was like, how did she get a yellow for that? Yeah, United just took 20 minutes to take a throw in.
Yeah,
make it make sense, ref. What's going on?
Well, we all say we want it to be fair, don't we? The whole time, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was fair enough, really, because it's annoying that in some games and some players they go down very, very easily. And I don't know if anyone was watching the Champions Cup last night as well, but it got to like the last 10-15 minutes and it felt like everyone was on the floor and everyone was in agony, and then suddenly they got up when a yellow card came out. So it's just like, just get up. Like, you're fine.
Yeah.
But yes, if it is a yellow, then fair enough.
They're starting to act like men.
Yeah, I think that's
keep that in the men's
game.
Keep it in the men's game. You know, women's football. No, we don't need it at all. We keep playing, don't we? Unless something is broken. Yep. But then there's Lucy Bronze, who keeps playing regardless. So yeah, it was a bit frustrating. So yeah, so DeLonde and Taylor go off, and I just think like we said, 2 vital players in 2 very vital positions, and just too many changes to that back line. And United were able to bring on their attacking power as well, weren't they? I mean, we talked about them before, but you know, Lundqvist came on. She got her first goal for the club. Drury came on 86th minute at the same time as Millie Round came on. She got her first goal, youngest ever goal scorer for United in the FA Cup the weekend before. Nalsund came on, Turland. So they've got these
Turland's goal is
huge
so
names.
Annoying.
Yeah. Her goal was
watching the highlights.
First one.
Yeah. I think it was the first one. I was just watching the highlights, and Ellie went the right way, and it looks. I mean, I didn't get a different angle of it, but it looks like Ellie touched it, but then as she's gone to save it, sort of pushed it in as well, which is like, I mean, it was going in anyway, But I feel like that's even worse because she actually went the right way, got her hand to it, and then I think her hand was just at the slight wrong angle.
Well, you
where
need
it
the
then
power behind it, don't you,
guided
to
it
try
back
and
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
is
a bit
frustrating, but you must have that bit of you as a goalkeeper, like I went the right way. I do
Yeah.
feel completely opposite, but no, I completely know what you're saying. And I just think as soon as we talked about that Turling goal, and then Jess Part a couple of minutes later, like we said, just moved like magic. It was as if time stopped still. Bernard's watch. Someone in the stands had Bernard's watch to just let her absolutely run rampant through. And then, like we said, Lundqvist got the fourth. 4 minutes later, it was like every 4 minutes, I'm like, yep, another one, get it in. And of course, there could have been a fifth as well, as we mentioned, for that offside. I've got in here in my notes as well, as I was watching it, about the 70-ish minute before all hell broke loose. I've put, need to make more of set pieces. We had to during the game, two important ones, and just couldn't make anything of it. Lindsay, we've been saying that for a while, though, haven't we?
So good.
Yeah, it's frustrating that we're not doing, but then you can argue that the loss of Kenza Dali, the loss of Dree, the loss of some of the other players is actually still affecting us and haunting us. And if we had maybe treated some of them a little bit better, then maybe they would have stayed.
I'd be here.
But don't talk about that. But yeah, I think we do need to do something because it's not working, and we're wasting a lot of set pieces that we could actually do something constructive with, which is really frustrating to watch from the stands. Because it's like we'll do a short corner, it's like what are we doing with it, and then like they get it and they run off of it, and we're like, well, that was a waste. We could have done something, at least got it in the box. It could have been a threat of some kind.
There was one where they did play it short, and it went to Jenna.
Yeah.
And her cross that came in, we actually sort of made a threat, and we got another corner out of it.
That was the only one, I think.
It was because the second corner, she was told to get into the middle. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's clear that
Yeah,
we
when
had
that
a
was a
threat
really
from her across. Why push her into the middle? It's like, I do think to an extent there was a couple of choices that maybe could have been maybe a little better.
But Jenna's not that tall, is she? So if you want someone to pounce on a stray ball, then she's ideal. But she's not going to be a patsy and literally go and headbutt like a jumbo jet and take off and get the ball. She's going to get it when it's at the bottom. So she's actually better out and putting someone taller in. But it doesn't quite make sense. But like we said earlier about Salmon and making the right decision, I think they just need to carry on practicing that and making the right decision. So when it is the right decision to do a short, do a short. When it's the right decision to put it in. Same with the free kicks and just practice it until it clicks together. Because we can't do what worked for Kenza because we don't have Kenza anymore. So we need to adapt to our players and make it work for us.
Yes.
Especially when you have the backs like Parker and Patton. You know,
they're so strong.
Is it Parker that's the third top goal scorer for us this season, or is it Patsy? I know one of our centre backs is the third top goal scorer behind Kirsty and Rich.
I think it's I want to say Patsy. I know Patsy scored quite a few. Lucy's just come back from injury, I think. Well, not just.
But I think even Lucy has 2 or 3 this year.
I think. Okay, so Kirsty's second overall in the WSL. She's doing incredible. Rich is 18th, and that with 3 goals. And that's all the data that BBC Sport have, unfortunately. They just go up to 18th, which is quite annoying. Why not go to 20th? That's a nice round number. Nick's in the chat. Hello. It is Parker. It is Lucy. Yeah. Which is and again, we know she's a threat as well. So, get her in the box. She's tall. How incredible that she's back and she's fit and she's, peak Lucy Parker again, by the way. She made such a difference. Her one-on-ones with Mala were so good, so good. But yeah, like Faye's saying as well, it's a massive impact if your captain's out. But I was also thinking, because I know we talked about missing Rich last week on the pod, but I really think we're missing Chaz as well down that other wing, because it feels like
and
I know.
Lucia.
Yeah, we're gonna say Emma.
And Lucia in the middle, because I feel like the midfield isn't. I don't know. I feel like it did start running like clockwork, and like everyone started to know what they needed to do, where they needed to be, etc., etc. And I feel like we've just lost that like vital person in the middle, which is a little bit annoying.
Yeah, I felt she was more maybe in control of that midfield than maybe Maya is at the moment.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah.
And a bit stronger physically as well. Because I was also going to say just about Chaz. It felt like when we had Kirsty and Chaz, it was right. We've got two attacking threats. Then whoever's in the box, Rich usually. Then we've actually got that outlet. But at the minute, we've got Kirsty. Again, trying to be up front and that central player, but she's. She hasn't got herself to pass to,
like
which is what we all said about Rach as well. Yeah, go on.
She's trying to do what Rach was doing, was it last season or the season before, where she was trying to get the ball into the box and then score it at the same time.
Yes, trying to do too much at once, yeah. I mean, Kachu said about why did you sell Robinson? We talked about that ages ago, so once it came out, mate, she just didn't fit. And that's okay. Sometimes players don't work out, and that's fine. And hopefully she'll go to Bristol and have an incredible impact and get her minutes back, and slot in there, and then go wherever she wants to. But yeah, it just didn't work out, mate. No hard feelings. Just didn't work. Coming into that last bit, then let's go back to my oracle of notes that I made this afternoon. So about Chaz as well. So when Chaz is fit again, how do we see that affecting the current formation? Who do we think is going to be dropping back, or do you think Chaz will be more of a sub initially? Has anyone thought about that yet? Because they're back in training, aren't they? Her and Gabby, which would be interesting.
Yeah. Really don't know. Chaz does give us a great threat down the right. But and if we're going to push Lynn into the centre again, who do you drop in the centre? Because Patsy, Parker and DeLons are all putting in shifts too. And yeah, I really don't know.
Because is it, do they go back to a 4 and Wilms is back on that right, being in a more defensive, not necessarily attacking role, and then Maritz goes back to the bench, but I don't think she should, because she's been putting in some really good performances. Because unfortunately, I think Nick was talking in our chat as well about, Maritz is kind of we can put her in a lot of places. So if first choice, right winger comes back, is it then that auxiliary player that then gets sidelined? But it's going to be tough.
That's not fair on her.
But obviously, she played left. Well, she played left on Sunday.
Yes.
But we'll have Maltby and Jenna to play left as well.
Did we have
again, they're both talented players, so it's kind of like, there's headaches to be had there.
Yeah, which finally is a good place to be. Because did they say anything about Maltby not being available? Can't remember. They didn't, did they?
No.
No, she just wasn't. Was she on our bench actually? Yeah, she was. Actually on the bench. The way the camera panned, I thought she was sitting out and away, but no, she was on the bench. Okay, good. I would have liked to have seen Rachel Maltby. I really would have. I just think for those last 15 minutes, when just it did crumble a bit, didn't it? And it fizzled out, and everyone had enough because the goals were just non-stop at that point. I think just bringing Maltby on.
At that point as well.
Well, that's the thing, when the weather and everyone was slipping, and you just think, blow your whistle. Blow the whistle. We've had enough. But yeah, I mean, we did still have chances though, regardless of what was happening at the other end. So we had Ebony, of course, had a couple of shots. Unfortunately, most of them were at the keeper. Again,
She had a better game
Jenna
though
came forward a
this
few times.
weekend,
Yes,
I
yeah,
think.
she did. Her
Compared
footwork
to
and stuff were much
Arsenal,
better.
she just missed so many balls against Arsenal. I was literally just like, I don't understand how you've missed all of these balls. Like, a lot of the time she just was staring at it, and I was like, how? But she actually did she gave it a go on Sunday at least. Like, yes, it was still then the same old thing with shooting at the keeper, but at least she wasn't standing there staring at the ball like, oh, this is a ball, what do I do with it? So, think of the positives, I guess.
No, she looks more confident in her approach, in what she did. Yeah, feet look better. It's still just that final moment of, can she get it past the keeper? But it will come. We got to remain positive. Yeah.
I was having a little nosy on the old jobs at Aston Villa, just because why not? And there was an advert for a sports psychologist. So I don't know if that is something that they're looking at doing or improving or replacing the existing team, or as maternity leave or paternity leave or whatever. But I saw that. So it might be that there's something like that can come in and help the players if they are struggling, and it is just a mental block, and it's a decision making, and it's a performance anxiety thing, which we've all at some time in our lives struggled with. And it might be that that's the problem. If it's this with Ebony, it's been going on for years now. So there's obviously something deep rooted that training isn't going to fix. So hopefully, if it's something as simple as that, just to give her the confidence so that she can go, no, I'm making the right decision. Because when she was scoring all the time, her confidence was so high, and then it just got knocked back. And it's like, whatever we did to get that, Ebony, we need to do that to get it back. Or like we said last week about, maybe a loan or something to give her a fresh start and try it over.
I've said that
team. It's not that we don't want her, because we do want her, but we want her to succeed, and with players and their welfare, like if they're underperforming, it's not really good for their mental health. So sorry, I just put that in about sports psychology.
No, that's a really good idea, because we keep saying it, don't we? We just want the best for her, and sometimes you do just need that extra person who isn't in training, because again, there's pressure in training, isn't there? Even if it's like it's a friendly environment in the club, and it's still, you want to perform, don't you, and show your teammates what you can do. So no, that's fantastic if they're adding to the team, like you said, or just getting a new face in, and hopefully they're going to work well with the team and get their mental health as supported as it can be, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day, isn't it? Making sure they're okay. So yeah, good. I'm glad for doing that. If anyone hears snoring, by the way, I do apologise. The dog is there, and he's apparently in his deep sleep. Bit rude, really. This is a very interesting conversation. How dare he go to sleep?
It's a staffy. It's just the way they breathe. You try opening a packet of crisps and we'll see how sleepy he is.
Well, he's done the thing where his eyes are half closed as well, so it's like, I'm watching you, but I am asleep. Just in case. But yeah, so the match was winding down. 5 minutes to go. Both teams made their final changes. So for United, I mentioned Layla Drury earlier, making her debut in the FA Cup, youngest ever goal scorer for them. And then, of course, we had our very own Millie Round coming on for her WSL debut. And we want to end on a positive note for this match, because we saw the announcement she'd been recalled from Stoke. And Gary, we talked about last week about her goal, didn't we? That we thought, we need more of that. We need more of that in the team. And then we thought, please don't run her out. Keep her, give her the time, give her the minutes. And she came on, and she got time. So, Gary, what does that mean to the fans, for if any neutrals were watching, to have someone like Millie come back into the first team and get that opportunity?
It's the fact that with what she's been doing at her under 19 age level that she had been playing at, she got one game at Stoke and scored. And obviously, after we had seen the goal, we were speaking as like, that's the sort of player that right now we're doing with Rachel out injured and everything else. We need somebody who knows where the net is. And you would almost think that somebody was listening to our podcast because it was like a day or two later that she actually got recalled. For to get onto the pitch for the first time in the senior squad. I actually made a very, very good account of yourself. So she seems a very, very sharp player.
I was going to say she got stuck in straight away, didn't she? Lindsay, were you impressed with what you saw from Millie?
Yeah, we've been watching. It sounds really dodgy when you say that. I shouldn't say that, but like we've been following her for like since she's become on our radar, and she's impressed at every level. So like to see her play, and I was like, this is kind of the play. It's not the same position, but this kind of similar play that we expect of Laura Blinkilde-Brown, and I was like, this is what I see, but I see someone that's more progressive. And if there'd been someone following up the challenges, or when she lost possession, following it up, we could have, carried on. But because they're not used to playing with her, they weren't there to pick up the loose ball. But the things that she was doing, I was like, for someone of her age, with her experience at this level, she just literally, like we talk about plug and play players, don't we? And she was very much that. She's at the start of her career, she's still got a lot to learn, but she came into a tough game and she was competitive. And you can't really say much better for a WSL debut than that, really. A bit like Sophia Poor when she came in for her debut. She was thrown into the limelight and it was like, off you go, Sophia, and she was fantastic. And it's the same thing here with Millie. It's just so great to see, and to see young academy players coming through, given the opportunity and shining. I can't wait to see what she does for the rest of the season.
I think it was only last week that Millie turned 20.
What?
Yeah. And like the last week or two, she's literally just turned 20. So, that's the sort of talent that we have coming through the squad at that age. I'd even mentioned Sophia Kelly there. It's actually nice to see her back training after her injury too.
Yes.
It's nice to see the youth getting their opportunities as well. It is what was spoken about. Maltby got her opportunity. George has got her opportunity. Now we see Millie coming through and getting hers. And I hope over the next sort of 4 or 5 games, we'll see a lot more of her.
It's really nice to look at the subs bench, and rather than going, who the hell's that? Is that the kit man? And then you actually go and you go, oh, that's an academy player, that's an academy player, that's an academy player. They're really good, they're really good, they're really good. Really excited for them to come on, hope they get minutes. It's really nice to have that depth to our matchday squad, rather than sitting there going, is that the kit man and the kit man's friend and the person the kit man drinks with? Like, who we don't know who these
people.
And now we can go, this person's amazing. We're so excited to see them play. We hope they get minutes. And then we're like, oh, who do we want to see? The established players or the youth? And it's like, it's a nice problem to have. And we haven't had that for a very long time. So it shows what Natalia is building in the squad. But I just hope that we can retain them, and with the changes to the way you can sign players and stuff for professional contracts, hopefully the WSL, hopefully that will allow us to retain more talent rather than losing it, like we've seen happen a lot over the last few years, where people have gone and we should have retained them and they've gone for practically nothing. And we've invested all this time into building something and losing it. So hopefully that will protect our academy players a bit more.
I was going to say, I really hope that Villa have learned from the mistakes of the past, like your Blinkilde-Browns and your Rab Johns and everyone that we should have kept hold of.
Sophia Poor.
I mean, Sophia Poor, 100%. Because again, she could be on our bench, she could be getting minutes, she could be but we can't change that, unfortunately. I know Nick's putting in the chat about Lydia getting minutes. I mean, Lydia Salway should be up next to get her chance as well. And then we've got oh god, her first name's gone out of my head, but Leah
Piper Lee.
That's the one, Piper Lee. You never know if that's a Leah or a Lee, do you?
I tried to find out about it. Look, whenever I seen her on the bench, I went to see what I could find, on her career. I found nothing. About the only thing that I've found, it's just played in midfield. Don't know how old she is, what age level she's played at for us, what. She did spend a bit of time in America. I found that out, but even the club that she played for in America, I couldn't find out anything about her record at them either.
Well, it's hard, isn't it? Because to a certain level, you've got safeguarding, so you can't disclose that information. But you just think if it's an academy, there might be like vague, not vague, but like
Days.
nothing too personal, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Emma.
we've all knew about
I think I'm
Sophia
just trying to.
Poor coming up and what Rachel Maltby coming up, and these
Yeah.
have all sort of been in around 18, 19 years of age. So unless
Mm.
Piper just happens to be that little bit younger, and that's why everything is
That's
so
why it's
locked
so
down,
closed
and
off. Yeah.
I'm sure given the opportunity the youth has been getting in the squad this season, it won't be
Mm.
long before she puts her name in the map.
I hope so. Well, we would love to do a kind of like, you know, meet the youngsters episodes. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? If we got the opportunity to
Yeah.
just kind of sit down and chat to them, that would be incredible. So if anyone from Villa is watching, we'd love to set that up. But yeah, Emma, what were you going to say?
I think I've just found her Instagram, and I'm going to assume it's her because Miri Taylor, Sophia Kelly, and Rachel Maltby and all of those follow her. It
Okay.
is private, but in her bio it says under 21s for us, so she obviously
Okay.
can't be older than 21.
Okay.
But
Well,
that's all
hey,
the information I have.
that's more information than we had coming into this conversation. So thank you very much.
Certainly, yes.
Very good indeed. I mean, that's just rude. Kendall will leave soon because she's England international. No.
No,
Don't see Villa as a stepping stone. That is an insult. Even though a lot
we're
of
a big
players do.
club.
We're a big club now. Okay, we've got big club dreams, and we're gonna keep hold of the talent. But I mean, Lucia is incredible, and we can't wait to see her back. But yeah, I
Does
can't see
realise
Villa
that
letting
Missy
her go.
Bowe's also an England international.
Exactly. Yeah. Where's
And
there?
Mary's
And
now a
Lucy
Scotland
Barker
international.
and Miri.
And
Yeah.
conveniently, all three of them have got this opportunity because of the bond that they've built playing for Villa.
Yeah, and we've got Dutch internationals, we've got Canadian internationals. You know, we are a very diverse squad. So just because someone is an England international doesn't mean that they're too good for us. So we're just gonna put that out there. So yeah, so coming into those last minutes of the game, then, so it was fantastic to see Millie get on board and get stuck in, and she even, was part of an attack at one point, wasn't she? And you just thought, she's been on for about 30 seconds. This is incredible. Like, she's not phased at all, because some might think, oh, it's United, they're doing really well. But no, she wasn't phased in the
Uh,
slightest. So, like we
I'm
said, very
pretty sure there
solid.
was one stage, she was at the end of the box, and she looked like she was about to strike the ball, but because a player came in against her, she did actually knock it out wide. But it was like she was ready to have
Yeah.
a pop. She wasn't afraid at all.
Oh, she was ready. And that's what we need. We need people who aren't afraid to have a go. And yeah, I mean, yes, it finished 4-1. But yeah, as we've said before, I don't think that was a reflection of the game as a whole. However, unfortunately, we just have to put up with it. But if we do look at the table, which I'll just get up for us. Where's he gone? There we go.
It's a little bit
So
like
still
when
in
we play
seventh.
Chelsea, though, isn't it?
Oh, go on then. It's
It's a little bit like when we played Chelsea and we lose 3-1 or something like insane like that, and that scoreline again didn't reflect how we played because we played one of the best games that we'd seen in quite a while.
Yeah,
At the start
yeah,
of the
100%. Even the 1-0 defeat, I mean, we should have ideally got something from there at Kings Meadow. I love that you're saying, well, these three left. Van Domsar was never going to stay. She made that quite clear. She came to England to get used to WSL and then to move on. So she was never going to stay. Hannah Hampton, that was for very different reasons. It wasn't because we're Villa. And Blinkilda Brown, City we're coming in for her, and they took her. So it wasn't as if
there was nothing we could do about that.
Yeah, there's physically nothing we could do about that. Because at the end of the day, it is money and it's business. So we can't do anything about those three. But we're going to keep tight to the ones we've got. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wasn't impressed by Blinky anyway, so I didn't see her as a great loss.
Oh, I was.
It was potential for the future, wasn't it? It was potential.
Yeah.
Fair, but compared to the recent crop that we have, I don't think they get game time.
No, that's true. That's true. So maybe it was the best deal after all. Yes. So because how other results fell, so we are now in 7th. We were in 6th, but Brighton won. They've leapfrogged above us. They've now got 17 points. We've got 16. London City have also got 16. And then it drops again to Leicester on 9, Everton 8, West Ham 8, Liverpool 7. So now Leicester and Everton are getting dragged down into this relegation battle, which is incredible, because we've kind of got City. Then you've got the next 4, so from 2nd to 5th. And then you've got 6th to 8th. Luckily, we're in that. And then the relegation battle. So it's quite a nice feeling that we're not in it, isn't it? At this part of the season. Quite nice.
Once, yeah.
We're being optimistic. Yeah, it's going.
And we have more than 10 points.
Still another win or two would be nice just to keep us comfortable.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Because, of course,
Hey,
with
we're going to beat them
expansion...
this weekend.
Well, hey, we're going to talk about it. Don't hold your horses. It's okay. We'll get there. But yeah, we're at a point where of course, we do want to still win more, pick up more points. But of course, with the expansion, that was my train of thought. There may not even be relegation, depending on that third place playoff. But of course, you can never say no, can you? You can never say never, depending on who's in that third spot, because we worked it out on the pod last night. Anywhere between 2nd and 9th are still in the running to get that third spot. So honestly, it's anyone's. It is honestly anyone's. Probably Charlton, probably Birmingham, that third place. Anyone. Which is incredible. That's what we love. So yeah. But that's how it stands at the moment. But of course, we've only played 13 games. There's still loads of time. Just a quick one. I know it's not about Villa, but... What was that? Sorry, Emma?
We've still got some juicy games to play. Because we've got, like, Arsenal at home still.
Yeah, we've got loads. Like I said, so my question was going to be, I know it's not about Villa. Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. Bon Pastor's kind of already said the league's kind of gone, essentially. And everyone's kind of gone, the title race is over, battle stations. And everyone else has gone, it's January. It's not. It's 6 points. That just takes 2 slip-ups for City and 2 wins for Chelsea. And they're back in
Where's
it.
Emma Hayes when you need her?
Well, because Emma Hayes did the whole, it's over, and then came back and was like, it ain't effing over, which was incredible. Yeah. So we do need more Emma Hayes, don't we? But yeah, how about for everyone here? Is the title race over? Just a yes or a no.
I don't think so.
It's not, is it? It's not. Of course, it's not. And that's the big thing.
Speaking of Emma Hayes, did anybody see her do her dance?
It's over for Arsenal.
Yes. Her dance
got bullied into that, didn't she? She was there going.
Like,
she got called out on that. I think she agreed to it and was like, yeah, girls, I'll do it. And then she was like, I've got to do it now.
She's brilliant because they were like, we were trying to get her to do it for ages and she just wouldn't, and then she finally did it. But no, she's an incredible motivator and manager, isn't she? And you think, looking at some teams at the minute, would they benefit from having an Emma Hayes-esque type manager in front of them to push them forward? But yeah, it was incredible. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. So we'll move on. Attendance, just quickly, 4,501. Decent. Getting there.
That's pretty good.
There was a decent United support as well, wasn't there?
Yeah. That's because you all live around the corner.
Oh, I had 2 United fans back me. That was fun.
I had United fans what?
So, I waited for my mum outside the toilet, and there was 2 United fans who clearly looked really confused as to where they were going, right? So I was like, I'll be really nice. I was like, where are you trying to get to? And they just walked past me. I was like, you can leave then. Because
you said blanked.
Emma, it's because you hit them with that flag.
Okay. No, I hadn't got the flag at that point. The flag was nowhere near.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Emma was hitting people with her flag at the weekend. Oh, annoyingly, I can't ban comments on here. That's annoying.
I nearly got Mark Skinner. That's my achievement.
Achievement for the night.
Badge unlocked.
Yeah, you can't screenshot it though and send it to us afterwards.
Oh dear. Right then. But yeah, it's fair to say that, Arsenal beating Chelsea opened it right back up. Yeah, no, it did. Absolutely. And I think Chelsea just don't look themselves recently. I don't know if it's a player thing. I don't know if it's a relationship thing. I don't know if it's a formation thing. Lucy Bronze playing.
They've been struggling to score.
Centre back. That just didn't. Yep. They've been.
They're getting an Arsenal and struggling to score at the moment, which isn't great.
Well, hey, Arsenal are having a good run in the Champions Cup. 6-0 against AS FAR the other night. So they're now into the final on Sunday, which is incredible.
Ask?
No. Yes, of course you can.
Okay. What is the point of the Champions Cup? Because I literally don't. I actually have no idea. Like, what is it?
Money.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just this. So it's this new competition that is going to be played annually, apart from years in which the Club World Cup will be played, which is going to be every 4 years starting from next week. Next week? No, it's not. I don't know why I said next week. It's not even next year. It's 2028. I don't know where I've got that from. So it's going to be played every year. And yeah, it's apparently to improve the, what word do I want? The appeal and the development of women's football around the world. And you know what? Winners aren't too bad. They get over £1 million. So it's the single highest paying tournament in women's football at the minute. So there you go. There you go, indeed. So yeah, but the thing I was going to talk about is anytime. So Emma Sanders posted an article 5 hours ago, so quite recent, and it was, I assume, from her pre-match against Everton, and she said we'll probably have some updates before Tuesday's deadline, because of course the transfer window ends on Tuesday, on the 3rd of February. So yeah, in the chat, if there's anyone that you think your club needs to get, or that you think Villa need to get before the window, please do let us know. Because we brought in Jean-Francois. She's been very good. Nice Wonga looks good, just on loan, of course. We've let Sarah Malin go to Leicester. Katie Robinson's gone. And according to Arroyo, we always need to wait until the last minute to see what can happen. Do we? We were quite productive at the beginning.
On the edge of our seats.
Yeah, we were quite productive at the beginning and knew what we needed. We will try to make the best decisions, but I'm happy so far with how calm we are in our planning. We are not just thinking of the short term. If we have injuries or whatever, we are not doing things in desperate mode. We are being smart and have a clear plan of what we're building to be better. Let's see what happens, but we'll probably have some updates before the end.
Did she go for Prime Minister?
I think she'd be quite good.
Prime Minister type thing.
It's very much.
But it's like even at the start of the season, and again the start of this transfer window, Villa have been very much playing their cards close to their chest. Obviously in our chat, whenever we announced the first signing, I turn around and joked and says we'll have another one before lunchtime. And right away, that's where the rumour mill started, and we did have a second name drop before lunchtime, and it's just what Villa do. Like Sanders and everybody else in Soccer Donna and stuff that kind of get all the transfer details on like everything. They haven't known anything of what Villa's been doing until Villa have more or less announced it the last couple of windows.
It's one of the good things we've kept it communication, isn't it? Like nobody knows what we're doing because nobody communicates. So, we don't get our injury updates, but also we don't get our signing updates. But sarcasm aside, it is really good because it means that we're making the right decisions rather than rush signings, because we've done rush signings over the last few years and we've ended up with players that have ended up hard to shift off our wage bill, and it's like, what do we do with them? And it's not great. So buying for
No way to talk about Gabby.
I'm not naming it, but we're buying for the right reasons. We're getting players to build and add. And I think if we buy too many players at once, it's going to ruin the equilibrium. So I do get it, and I know that in the fan forum, wasn't it, Natalia was saying about she was going to get over the line some of the stuff that she wants to in the summer and she didn't get done. So it might be that they're, rather than get it over the line now, they're going to do it in the summer because they're quietly confident that we're safe this season, and then they'll do it in the summer when they can negotiate better terms because of, I don't know, ends of contracts or whatever, and they can get a better deal or whatever. And also let other players be released. So it's a good thing, but not at the same time. It's frustrating for us because we want like more players, but it's giving the youth an opportunity, which is always good.
And that's the thing,
But
and
we also
luckily
don't
we've got
want
some good youth coming through. Sorry, Emma, what'd you say?
We don't want to do London City and buy like 12 players that then can't play together as a team. Because I feel like we did that one year, and I can't remember which year it was. I'm not saying we bought 12 players, but we bought like quite a few. And then during that season, we really struggled to play as a team, and it was literally like 11 solo players on a pitch, not working together. So.
Yeah, that's what you've got to be wary of, haven't you? And that's what Natalia is saying. We're not rushing, we're not desperate for people, we're not signing people for the sake of it. We're doing things that are going to improve in the long term, which is fantastic. Nick's in there about, did we look at Joy Umewa? Forest have signed her. So not us, unfortunately. But you can go see her at Forest if you like. I think she's signed till the end of the season. For that one. And you know what's really annoying? That bot in the comments. They're not coming up on YouTube. I can just see them on our chat. So hopefully no one else can see them. And I can't get rid of them, and it's so annoying. But luckily they're not on the YouTube live chat, so it's okay. So yes, Natalia also adds Chaz and Gabby are back in training, which we also mentioned earlier. So we'll see how much they can help us this weekend. So maybe they'll be back in contention. She also updates us with, we are likely to still be without Lucia Kendall, Rachel Daly, Paola, and probably not Missy Bo as well. So still got a couple of players out because.
I feel like Paola's been out for ages.
Well, she came back for a bit, didn't she? And then went out again. So it's it's hard because if we had a full squad, fantastic. But yeah, unfortunately, we just had a load of injuries at once, haven't we? All crushed together. So yeah, it's a shame. I mean, question of the century: does Nunes have a future at Villa? We'll see. We'll see how she fits back in. Because I feel like the team's evolved a bit since she's last been involved in the team. So yeah, if she fits and she does a good job, of course she's welcome in the team, of course she is. But again, same as other players, if it doesn't work, then that's also okay. Yeah, it'd be nice to see it properly.
It's all the videos I was saying to Gabby before we signed her. We know that she could score. We know that she's a dangerous attacker. She just struggled whenever she first came to England because it's so much more physical. And, she wasn't used to having centre backs like Millie Bright kicker.
Yeah. Yeah. She was signed by that. I love how that's how DePau is remembered. Yes, that's the one. That's the one indeed. But we won't talk about Kia, must not be named any longer. But yeah, like we said, if she fits back in, she's more than welcome. If not, then that's okay too. Right then, let's talk about it, shall we? Nick's in, she can see all the comments. Nick, if you can see those bot comments and you can report them, that'd be great, because I can't see them on here, and I can't ban them on here, so I'm gonna have to talk to Riverside and say I need a ban function, please. That would be lovely. Right then, let's have a look. Oh, I thought, I don't know if we saw earlier, Isabella Sibley got released by Crystal Palace. And I was like, oh, Sunderland, go in. No, she's gone to Norrköping. That's annoying. Just popped up. Just thought I'd update everyone. How do we feel about Leanne Kiernan going to Forest on loan for the rest of the season? That came out of nowhere.
That was a bit of a shock, to be fair.
Yeah. Wasn't expecting that one. Are there any while we're talking about it, I know Natalia's saying maybe have some updates. Do you think we actually need anyone for the long term, or would it be nice to have a loan for the short term because we won't have Jill and we've got another couple of injuries that keep coming back? Has anyone got any thoughts?
I think midfield's the last place we need players. I know, if we're talking about Jill being out and even Lucia and Missy Bo, I think in and around centre midfield we're pretty good. But it'd be nice to have a proven goal scorer, perhaps. But Rach and Kirsty were the only two that have really been scoring. And at the minute, Kirsty's having to carry that mantle on her own, which means she's an easy target because all the defenders will just know, well, if we mark her out of the game, we literally take away Villa's biggest threat.
Which is what happened at the weekend, wasn't it? United came back out in that second half and just not completely quieted her, but did a lot of damage. Sophia Jakobsen has gone from London City as well, on mutual agreement. Emma, we were doing so well. We were doing so well. Never mind. Yes, Gary.
Like, we could just take Goodwin from London City for a couple of months. She knows where the net is, and again, another young striker would probably fit in with what we're trying to build.
Yeah,
she's ex-Villa anyway, isn't she? So,
well, that's the thing. Get her back. Yeah, get her back indeed.
She would love to come up to the Midlands because she's best friends with McLaughlin anyway. So just bring her up north.
Exactly, and Nick shouting in the chat there, we need a striker. Yeah, we'll take her back. Emma, you happy if Izzy Goodwin comes back?
Yeah, she's got
good.
Height, she's springy.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing I was going to talk about. When Ziggiotti's corner went straight in, the commentators were obsessed with saying, "Oh, Wilms and Roebuck should have done better there." Now, I know most of you have watched the highlights. Do you think there was anything they could have done a bit better positioning-wise? Or do you think that was just going to go in? So that was the Olympico straight in. Anyone have?
I was more concerned that Moritz was trying to mark two players and one of them happened to be the goal scorer. So, yes, we could have defended better, but I'm not quite sure it would have singled out the player on the back post and the goalkeeper.
No. Yeah. But they made such a big thing about should have done better, and I was like, maybe, but it's not as if it was a bad shot that they've just let her walk in.
The commentators we had on FA Player, and we used to whinge about how awful they were and how they were they're just horrendous. Since it's gone to Sky, I swear they've just gone and literally downgraded from what we had before. Because they don't even talk about the match. They're like, this player's got it. We don't know who that is because she's not blonde and from Arsenal, so we don't know who it is. It's gone in. And it's just what is going on with this commentary? It's just chaotic.
And that's exactly right, because when Layla Drury came on, it was this huge speech of she's the youngest ever goal scorer for United and she's done this and she's done that. Millie was there at the same time. They didn't say anything. And then after she'd come on, they went, and that's Millie Round for Aston Villa wearing the number 45 shirt. That was it. And you're just like, are you serious? You've given an epitaph to Layla Drury, and Millie's just got a shirt number. Really? just yeah. And you know, when we all know Georgie, kind of casual football watcher, she'll even come in and go, they hate Villa, don't they? It just and that's unfortunately the bias, isn't it? You know, they know the big names, but they don't know anyone else.
Well, it's not even the big names, it's just the teams. They'll invest in information of finding that, and it's like, well, you know, your ratings are nosediving, and this is probably why, because rather than investing, like the idea was to boost the platform to boost awareness. So why not invest in good commentators? Why are you using these people that don't know, that don't have passion for the game? I'm sure there's plenty of university students in media that are interested in sport, or sports science students, or players that have been in the academy and haven't made it to the adult team and are going to go out and get not real jobs, but like a more adult job in inverted commas than playing football, and you know, they would happily step into those shoes, or even retired players. You know, you could have people like that and give them a platform to help them in their career post football. And it's just yeah, it just frustrates me because they're just missing. It's like we were talking about Halo, weren't we, Freya, the other day, and we were saying about how it's they've misread the market, and I think this is very much the same thing again, and it just shows how, yet again, women's football is like the poor sibling to the men's game, whereas they wouldn't do that to, you know, some like League 2, League 3 team if they were playing on the TV. So why are they going to do it to the women's eyes? Just frustrates me. Sorry, I'm the soapbox, but they need to invest, and if they do that, they'll get more viewings, and people will want to watch, and it will be exciting rather than sitting and listening to some spiel off Wikipedia. It's not exciting to listen to. They don't even commentate on the game, so I don't exactly know what they're doing. But
no, and it did just on that topic as well. It did make us laugh because I saw on Instagram someone put, you know how Villa's got a pink font now. Everything's like the claret and the pink. Someone posted going, "Thanks so much, Villa. I can read the score now. It's in pink." It's just like, after all of the discourse, why have you still gone with a pink font? I do not know. But yeah, that just made us laugh. So yeah, Nick's in there. In fairness, Villa hasn't mentioned her either. We've mentioned her more. Good, and we will keep mentioning our youth players because they deserve all of the attention and everything that we can shout out. Then we will. We absolutely will.
But only once they've signed a pro contract, so nobody can steal them.
Yes, please. So if anyone from Millie's family, or even Millie, pro contract, please, and stay as long as possible, because we are very, very excited for your future with us. That's what we'd like to say. Right then. So let's do, where do we get on to? So we talked about attendance, that was good. How was the match day experience this weekend? Because we know they're trying to. Lindsay's face says it all. Was this this was the quiz, wasn't it? Was this the quiz?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think the feedback I heard, again, someone who wasn't there, looking at various different people, they said it was a really good idea, but it went on for a bit too long and people got a bit bored and started leaving. So do we think entertainment maybe shorter intervals possibly, and have like to not lose that attention? Or I don't know, you guys were there, what did you make of pre-match this week?
To defend my face, because of a full face,
just need that on a t-shirt. To defend my face.
They've got the timings wrong. You know, we go to the match, we want to see the girls warm up, we want to be involved in the match day experience from that perspective, and they're starting this far too late in the morning. It's hard when it's a midday kick-off, which is one part of the problem. The other thing is that, you know, we want to go see the girls warm up, we want to be part of that experience. Don't just to roll up and see them just walk out the tunnel and some like flary things happen and we go, oh look, the mascot's the same height as whoever, and that's it, and then off they play.
Yeah, but then you get a flag.
And then you get hit by a flag by Emma. And you have a guy behind me eating a ham sandwich in my ear, bless him. Like he hadn't been fed for a week. I don't know where they found him, that steward. He was lovely though, he was really sweet. But you know, they're doing it was laughing. They started it too late in the day, and it's going on too long. And also, the sound system's a problem in the fact that you can't hear clearly what's being said. It's just a lot of noise, which makes people that can't hear properly. It's just noise, and it gives you a headache. It's overwhelming. They need to work on the execution. Really, it is a good idea, but arguably the face painting and the kids playing football got more engagement than what they were actually doing, and that probably cost a lot less than what they put on, which is a shame, but it is what it is. But it's a good idea what they're trying to do, all for it, but they need to work on their timings and, like you said, make it shorter and also get it more engaging, because it just seems to be like the presenter and then like a small group rather than the whole room. So they need to decide whether they want it to be an immersive experience for everybody or not, and also which demographic they're aiming for. They're aiming at adults, children, both. And also, one of the other things that comes up is that they're very keen to get the community involved. And I think what they need to do is make a decision whether they want to go corporate and go all like social media and get like big names that way, or whether they want to get community in and get them involved and bring people in. Like we've got really good drummers locally, and you could bring them in and then have someone present it and go, they're going to do some drumming, and then we can get people involved, pick some kids out, pick some parents out, make a bit of a laugh and a joke about it, or do some dancing and get people involved, and that'll get the atmosphere up, because it just seems very two-tier, like a small minority are doing something and they're really noisy and annoying and everybody else is around the side. But it's got the potential, it just needs the execution to be changed and it made shorter, and then release us sooner so we can go into the ground to watch the girls warm up and get on board with the pre-match experience. Otherwise what they're trying to do in the ground and what they're doing in lower grounds is working against each other. So they need to rethink it, but it's a good idea, and I enjoyed watching Emma smack everybody in the head with the flag from where I was entertaining.
In fact, that could be the entertainment for future. Just get Emma to try and wave the flag in a correct manner. That would be.
It was too big. It's the problem. Like
I've been able
to do it, but it was too big.
The flag was the same size as you.
Right. The flag.
Tell you what we need though. Rather than up the Villa flags, we need. You know what City have, and they've got the player flags with the actual player on and their name. How cool would that be? That's
Mine
what
didn't
we need.
say up the Villa though. Mine said to the Villa. Because it was the wrong way around.
Was it the wrong way around, or was it the way you were holding it?
No, the poo. No, not the poo. The P was above the U. So I think it was meant to read up the Villa, but it just read to the Villa because it was all of it the wrong way. I think someone was dyslexic, so it was probably me that wrote it. Let's be real. But also, the flag was this big and the stick was like this big. So how am I meant to wave a flag that's twice the size of the stick and not try and take Mark Skinner's eye out in the process?
That's fine.
But that's just slapstick comedy, watching Mark Skinner get the slap of the stick.
Those flags need to be smaller though, because they do restrict the view, and I think if they'd been spread out a bit more, that would have worked as well. It would have really built the atmosphere, because we were all going, what have they got down there? And then it was like, I bet nobody in that stand can see anything in front of them. So if the flags were a bit smaller and spread out across the whole area, then it would have been better, because then fewer people would have had their view restricted and more people could have got involved.
We got ones, I think it was when we played Chelsea in the semi-final of the FA Cup, and they were like much smaller, and I feel like those would work better. So having those, like, I don't know, 3 per row or something like that, like just random seats allocated per row, I think that would work better than the big massive flag that really takes everyone out as it's trying to walk at the sideline.
They just need to give us all air horns. I will make it sound like it's San Siro, just these big screaming horns. 90 minutes of screaming horns.
We've got the drum, we've got the horns. Just need a brass band.
Just need it. That's it. That's what needs to happen. Right then, I've hopefully changed the settings on YouTube, so hopefully we don't get any more of that coming through. But hey, we'll find out. We'll find out. But yes, they think because where did you stand, Emma? Were you just kind of where your seat was in that bit in front?
Yeah.
They
Literally
could
on
at
the
least
front
have you
row.
like the other side of the barrier, couldn't they? Where you've got room.
Yeah.
And then walked back in. Yeah, just bizarre. Because I thought at first you were on like, you know, where there's like, they flank the players as they come out and the big flags are being waved. I thought
Yeah.
you meant you were there, but no.
No.
No, in the stands. In the stands, indeed.
That'd have been easier to wave then, but you know. No.
It would have been much easier. Now then, if anyone who was watching and thinks, oh, I can't comment anymore, I have just turned it to subscribers only. So if you would like to comment and get involved, please make sure you have clicked that subscribe button. And then hopefully we won't get bots involved. But speaking of subscribers, we've got a lovely message from Titus. First time here, watching from Brazil. Subscribed, done. Thank you very much indeed. International views.
Well, welcome to the family.
Bem-vindo, as they would say in Brazil, hopefully. I think I've remembered that correctly. So yeah, welcome. And we are nearly done. We've just got the weekend to talk about now. Now, Everton are having quite a bizarre season. They made some very good signings in the summer, brought loads of players in, but they just haven't quite reached a good level yet, and I think that's quite fair to say. Courtney Brosnan has been spectacular in goal, and there are some standout players. I know Ruby Mace has been playing really well, and Vignola's been playing, but something's just not quite clicking, and it feels very us from last season, and they just can't quite get going. And now, as you mentioned earlier, they are being dragged down into this relegation battle. So there's a lot riding on this weekend. So I don't think we can go into it thinking we're going to necessarily win this. But of course, Lindsay, I'll just come to you first because you're going to be meeting up with someone very special outside the ground at the weekend. The lovely Joe. Could you tell us a bit more about him, please?
So Joe is one of the stewards at Villa Park. He does a lot of the women's games. He's done about, I think it's 5 games this season already, home games. And he's raising money for Birmingham Mind in memory of his late partner and his late daughter. He does a lot of fundraising, but this one is a really big one. And he's walked from Villa Park after the game at the weekend. I went blank then. And he's walking all the way up to Goodison Park for the game on Sunday, and he's going to be at the game. If you check out our page on Facebook, the Just Giving link is on there to support him. He's been all over the place posting updates of how he's been getting on. He's been walking over 18 miles a day, which anybody that's done Duke of Edinburgh Award will know that that's some serious feat. He's really kicking on, bless him. And he's raised 4 figures, so we want to make that as high as possible. So please jump in and donate any spare change you've got, and if you can gift aid ICSI eligible, do that as well because it's extra money for him. But he's going to be on BBC Radio WM at 9:40 tomorrow morning to talk about what he's done and what he's achieved and his motivations. So if you are free and you can watch it either online or in the car or at home, please tune in and listen to his interview. He's a really great chap. He's really inspirational, and it's really nice to see someone willing to put themselves through this in the name of helping other people when they've already been through a lot. So big shout out to Joe, and I hope he's got a salt bath ready for when he gets to the end. And the fan club ourselves, we've donated a seat on our coach to get him back from Goodison Park back to Villa Park, so he gets back safe, and we'll hopefully get some pictures with him at Goodison Park, and hopefully we'll see him there. So it's exciting times.
It is. I mean, like you said, I mean, Mind is such an incredible charity, isn't it, for the work that they do? And I've just looked it up on Google Maps. It is 90 miles, 90.2 miles is the shortest distance. And they all involve a ferry to get, to get across
the
the
distance that he's walking is 105 miles in total.
105, okay.
I was on the phone with him this evening. He wasn't far from Warrington at the time. So
so he's gone that way, right?
he actually reckons that he'll be in Liverpool tomorrow evening.
Oh wow. I mean, and that for him as well, to know he's taken that journey for such personal reasons as well, and to know that he's nearly there must be such like a relief when he gets it and when he's done it. So yes,
definitely more
massive.
buzzing. He's definitely more buzzing now. He's got that, and also I think with the way that the fundraising has taken off, and we've done our best to support him with that. I think the way it's taken off has really given him a boost, a much needed boost that what he's doing is a worthwhile cause, and other people recognise it as well. And I think sometimes if you go and do something like this, you're not sure it's going to work, and if you know that people are going to believe in you, and you don't even finish it, and you've already raised over £1,000, then it's a really confidence boosting thing. And when we talk about the players needing confidence boosts, I think this for him is going to be a confidence boost as well.
Yeah.
He needs it, but
yesterday afternoon on his journeys, he came across Sandbach United Football Club, and there was actually a couple of people around, so he got in and he sort of met a couple of people, and there's actually a video of him now on the Facebook page where somebody jumped in goals and let him take a penalty against them. The whole distance, Joe's actually carrying an Aston Villa ball.
Is it?
So he's had a football in his hand the whole walk, and Sandbach let him take a penalty against them whenever he was there. And again, I think collectively they donated just over £100 to him as well yesterday. So he's meeting some good people on his journey too, and a lot of people are inspired by what he has to share with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's taken the ball because it's something that's helped him through his own grief, and at times it's helped open conversations. We talk about football and the way football unites us as a community and overcomes barriers of various kinds that you can think of, and I think it's just a way of making friends, isn't it? And it's really, really good. But also a big shout out to Maggie Murphy, who came and had a chat with him before the game at the weekend, and just found out a little bit more about what he was doing, and I was quite happy to have a photo taken with him in front of the Holt. Unfortunately, I jumped in and gate crashed that one, but just look at them two, don't look at me. But it's really good that she took the time out to listen to his story, and it's quite nice that we've got that community at Villa, that we have that positive dialogue, and can't wait to see what he raises at the end, and feed that back to the fan club on the Facebook page. Well, we'll let him do it, but it'll be really great to hear how much he can raise, and the more he can raise, the better. So if you have got any spare money, jump on our Facebook page and donate.
Yes, 100%. Because I was about to say De Villa no, and I remembered that picture that Mike Murphy came down. So yeah, I mean, what an incredible achievement for him, and I can't wait to see how he's done at the weekend. And hopefully that's not the only good thing that happens this weekend, of course, because we have to play the game, don't we, at Goodison. So Emma, how are you feeling going into this one? Because I feel like as much as Everton's record isn't great at the minute, they also, specifically, no, especially on Friday night, they didn't play badly. They just couldn't take their chances. So yeah, Emma, how are you feeling about the weekend?
So it's very similar to us then, really, isn't it? Because we also can't take our chances.
Yeah.
I'm very mixed, because last time we played Everton away would have been last year on my birthday, where we drew, I believe. I think it was a 1-1 draw, which was a nice cold evening at Walton Hall Park.
Walton Hall Park.
Everton have gone through a bit of a change. So they brought in loads of players, they got money, and now they seem to have dropped and aren't playing as great again. So I have faith that we can at least get a point, but I have faith that we should be able to get the 3. But if not, I want no less than 1 point. So we can't lose it in the same old Villa way. you know what I mean? Like, as long as we get 1 point, yes, I'll probably still be a bit raging, but it's not nothing.
It's
You
the
know what I
point.
mean? Like, we've got to get at least
Yes.
1 point. So.
Yeah, and I think no, you're right. For the rest of the season to stay in and amongst it and safe and comfortable, as Gary was talking about earlier, we just need to keep picking up those points, especially against teams around us and below us that we know we definitely can beat. Gary, how you feel about this one?
Feeling okay. You know, we are making chances. We haven't done great at taking them, and obviously Bronson's in it's on really good form. I know how good of a goalkeeper she is, but I'm hoping our defence can stay as tight as it generally has been. You know, hopefully it'll be a wee bit more of the first half against United defence. Funny, the first half against Arsenal as well. It was the second half, both of them just opened us up. So, you know, we know we could defend well, and we know we can create chances. And it's just making sure this week our chances are on target and we actually come away with the points.
Yes, and they actually go over the line and into the back of the net would be lovely. No, you're absolutely right. Because Lindsay, they like we said, they're not playing badly, and of course, home advantage. Even though our friend Chloe, who's been on the pod before talking about Everton, she worked out of their 100 home games, they've only won 10 of them, which. So not a great stat. However, they haven't been in Goodison that long, so hopefully, if she just did the Goodison stats, then be a bit better. But Lindsay, how are you feeling? Any different to the others?
I'm excited. I think we can get something out of it. Obviously, we would like 3 points. The problem we've got is Brosnan, and that's the problem we have every time we play them, because if they didn't have her, the score would be significantly higher. So I don't want her injured. I want her to play because she's a great player, and I love watching her play. I love how she commands a box. But for us, we've got to get past her, and I don't know how we're going to do it. But I feel like us going forward, we're stronger than their defence, and because of how we play, I think we stand a really good chance that either it's a counter, like we can do it. The problem we've got is we can't dominate play very well. So it's what we do. And it's a bit of a villa, aren't they? They're consistently inconsistent, which is something that we say many times. But I really feel like we can go and take 3 points and still Mas Pacheco and bring her back at the same time.
That'd be nice. Well, that's exactly what Nick's referring to in the chat as well. But of course, Kelly Gargle, very hit and miss whether she is going to Kelly Gargle or not, because there's rumours about her contracts, asking to leave or not. So we shall see. She was their threat, wasn't she? But I like what Faye's saying there. Villa will have a point to prove from last weekend, feeling a win, lessons learned from Man United. I hope so. I really hope so, Faye. I really do. Because it's not as if, apart from those last 10 minutes, I was quite glad to see heads didn't drop straight away. We did keep battling, we did keep fighting, so that's a massive improvement from previous Villa. It's just being able to keep that for the 90, isn't it? And just make sure that the subs we do bring on are the right ones, making an impact, and we're not doing what we did last weekend and doing too many pivotal changes in those later stages, and then look a bit disjointed and a bit all over the place. Would anyone like to do any predictions? Anyone like to be bold? Again,
You
in the
know me.
chat,
Did I say 2-1?
I always enjoy being bold. And I'm going to be really bold and say that we're going to see more of Millie Round, and Millie Round's going to score.
Very
And I
nice.
fancy a 3-1 win for Villa.
3-1. That sounds good to me. I mean, Jean-Francois, please deliver. I mean, hey, would love that. She could be one of the other goals, Gary. Gets on it. Emma, did you say 2-1?
Yeah. I'm currently stuck, sorry.
only person who
It
gets
looks
stuck
like you
down
just
the
had yourself
I'm
up
back.
with a charger.
I
Only
literally
you.
got my charger and then leant too far.
Did you have that moment of panic of, oh God?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna, to be fair. Yeah, I just said 2-1 just for the sake, because I always say 2-1. But I'd like to see like a 3-2. Like, I'd like to see a lot of goals. Although I love a clean sheet, I also love it when it's end to end and we've got lots of goals. So I'd like to see that, really.
So you want a
I feel
proper
like we've
ding
not had
dong,
an
that's what
interesting
you
game
said.
for a while. Yeah, we've not
Okay,
had a
so
fun game on the edge of the seat for
a fun
a
game.
while. So
Okay, so everyone just make a note of that. Emma wants it to be really edge of your seat, heart attack producing.
I mean, Villa do
Football.
heart attack anyway. To be fair, so
That's true. That's true.
Let's
Palpitations all
not have
round.
a heart attack game because it'll probably be me that has it.
And me.
Palpitation for you and for you. Nick, I don't know if that's meant to say 11 or 1-1.
1-1.
I mean, I'll take an 11-0. That would be great. Lindsay, score for you. What do you think?
I'm just going to go complete Delulu and go 3-0 to us.
3-0. You know what? I was thinking of 3-0. I was thinking a 3-0
Alright.
would do us quite nicely. And the reason I'm hoping that we do get a good advantage, goal advantage wise, is because in the fixtures, Brighton one above us, London City same points as us, they play each other, and Brighton host London City. So we could, if we win, go back into 6th. Closing that gap on Spurs, that might be quite nice. But also, Brighton do have a better goal difference than us as well. So if we can just get some goals back and a win, that would be.
So obviously we want the win, but we want them to draw. And then we
Yes.
play Spurs next match, and hopefully we take 3 points off them.
That would be nice. Yeah.
yeah.
And then
It
we
would be
close the
nice.
gap. I don't know. It would be lovely. It would be as if the stars would align. Facing a 2-1, so slightly closer. 2-1 to the Villa though. That's great news. Yeah, I think it's either going to be a really tight game because Everton have found some confidence and found some, because they've recalled Imagabaro from Sevilla. They've got Meloli back. Who else have they got? They've got, just looking at the transfer tracker. If anyone's interested, hall115yards.com transfer tracker. It's all there. They've also got Lila Harbour as well, young Arsenal star on loan. That was just announced the other day. So yes, I mean they've done something. They're trying to cover because of course they've got a lot of Japanese players as well who will be going away for the Asia Cup very shortly. So they do need to provide cover there. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one for that. So yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, Titus has said 0-0. I hope not.
No.
I hope there's a goal in there.
0-0.
I mean, a 0-0 would still be a point. It would be a boring point, but it would still be a point.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick's in left foot goal. Jenna this weekend might be quite nice. Next match is Liverpool. So yeah, we do go away to Liverpool. You're absolutely right. 2 away games in a row. They might as well just stay there
I'm
for the
going
week.
to that game.
The Liverpool one,
I am. Yes.
the Brewdog Stadium, as it is known.
That's the one.
Apparently, I'm going to talk about Chloe twice in this podcast. She does a lot of presses because she's in Preston at the minute, so it's quite easy to get to Liverpool and Manchester. And her first train, there's like no trains on a Sunday morning that get her to St Helens. So she's got to get there either really, really early or just before kickoff. So yeah, Sunday transport, we'll just say it once again, is awful when you're trying to get to an early kickoff away game because of course
The 12 o'clock
kickoff at
kickoffs are ridiculous.
11:05. Yeah.
It's a pain in the arse.
Well,
Massive
11:55, Gary.
I think even the coach leaving the Aston Inn's leaving at like 7 in the morning, 7:15. It's pretty early doors.
So early. So early.
We're getting a hotel on the Saturday
Don't
night.
blame you. Yeah.
Can we
don't blame
come?
you.
Can we all gatecrash your room, Emma? Have a party in your room.
Yeah.
We'll bring snacks.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I was going to say,
Only
this
to
is when
bring
Emma's
alcohol.
like, oh, I've lost signal, sorry.
We'll hunt you down, Emma. It's fine.
Oh, that'd be
I'll just
funny.
block you on everything so you can't contact me.
Do you remember that Emma that we used to know? She got a bit quiet. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a good match. And first time. It can't be the first time we've been to Goodison, is it? Is it the first?
Yeah.
Goodison.
But
Yeah, it is.
they've only started using it this season.
Yeah, but they had a couple of games. I think it was just the derbies, wasn't it, that they had at Goodison, Everton before that. So yeah, first time at Goodison as well. Very good.
Because I hear so much about Everton's new ground, the actual men's ground.
The Big Dick.
Oh, the
Yeah, the joys of my line of work of fire safety. It turns out the company I work for now do the fire alarm in the new Everton ground. So
Do they?
yeah. I
Insane.
wanted to get to the game this weekend just to send them all the photo of Goodison Park because, everybody I work with is a Scouser more or less, and I think they're pretty much all either Everton supporters or rugby supporters. There's two or three of the lads all play rugby for Birkenhead.
Right. So yeah, I mean, you got to be on the right side there. Yeah, we will just say it because Nick's mentioned car parks a few times now. What do we think about the fact that Villa advertised car parking, let people pay for prepay for parking, and then say no, sorry, you can't because the men's away fans have parked here to get on their coach? Anyone want to share their thoughts on why that was appropriate from Villa?
I have no words. No words.
Yeah,
No words.
So not only
that was
do they not
ridiculous.
car park until hang on, let me try that again.
I was gonna say, go on.
Not only do they not let you into the car park if the road is closed, they then turn you away if you get there bloody early enough to park in there and you pay. No. Why did you get up early?
Yeah, why did you get up early to get there when they don't actually let you in? Because, Lindsay, surely, if they knew the men's away coach, because fair enough, the men's away coach does go from Villa Park, it has done for years, whatever. Surely they just allocate spaces to the men's away fans, and then they'd know how many spaces were available for the actual game, right? That would make sense.
It would. I'm laughing because I've literally had a rant at Villa all season about this, about parking in general, around accessibility parking where people pay for the disabled spaces and they're meant to be accessible and they get turned away and told, no, you got to find somewhere else to park, which, if anybody's going to take priority in parking, it should be wheelchair users and people with mobility issues in theory.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody would say, oh, I'm more important, but the people that are going to find it most difficult to get into the ground are going to be people with mobility issues, and they're not getting it. So it's something that I've been kicking off about for ages, and I think they're fed up of hearing from me. It's gone up to the top of the stewards now where I've just gone, it's just disgusting. But yeah, they should have allocated it properly and they should have foreplanned it properly. Like, if you compare it to the Aston Inn, right? The Aston Inn do coaches from the Aston Inn and they foreplan their parking on a match day when the men's coaches are going away and the women's are playing at home, and they plan their parking so that it is in a way that doesn't impact massively, and they don't, obviously it's first come first serve, but it's never really an issue per se unless you turn up late. Whereas with Villa, it just seems to be like there's no planning, there's no organisation in the car park, anybody can park anywhere however they like, and it's just an absolute nightmare, and they need to just sort it out because it's not working, and it hasn't worked for 18 months, 2 years now, and it's just becoming more and more of an issue. So people like Nick are coming in and they're travelling a significant distance. They're not local, they're coming a significant distance.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're expecting to park. They pay for their parking in advance and they get there.
Yeah,
and
they've pre-planned.
They
Yeah.
get told, go away, find somewhere else to park. And it's like, well, where can you park at this time? And they're turning up at the right times and the stewards are just going, no. And it's just, it depends on the steward you get on the day, because some of them are like, come through, some are not. So I think they just need to take it seriously, and rather than treating us, again, like I said earlier, about being the, you know, the poor relation, or like Cinderella kind of relation, like they need to start taking us seriously and going, right, we've booked these places, so that's what it's going to be. And if they know what the Premier League fixtures are in advance, so they can say, right, okay, so on that game, the ticket office can only sell X amount of spaces, because we've only got X amount of spaces, and a percentage of them are going to go to blue badge and the rest can go to non-blue badge, and that's what they should do. But it's filler, isn't it? It doesn't make sense. They just take. And I guess with the men's, they do get more money back for it in theory, because there is more revenue around the game. But it shouldn't mean that we should be treated any different, because we're all Villa fans at the same day, and we're all buying the kits. We're still attending the games. We're still season ticket holders. So, what difference does it make? Like, it shouldn't be. It should be equal rather than like that. But I'll get my soapbox. But I've ranted and ranted at the club about this, because I said it's just not fair at all. You need to sort it out, because it's not just that. There's empty hospitality vans and stuff like that are parked on match days in there taking up spaces. And it's like, well, that could be used to generate you revenue, and you put those vans or whatever elsewhere, or leave them at Bodymore Heath, and it would generate you more income. But they're like not doing it. So it's a conversation that's been had and is having. So Nick, don't worry, I'm carrying on ranting for you.
Because it's just the thing. I think they still really underestimate, even though they're trying to grow the game, they underestimate the demand, and they still think, oh, it's only going to be like 5 people and their dogs turn up. And it's like, no, we fill car parks on match day. Like, loads of people want to come.
4,000 a gate of 4,000, and it's like, fund it.
And people will be coming. Oh, sorry, buddy. The creep from the chair will come up. And some people will be coming by public transport. A lot of people do come from out of the area as well, so need that space to park. He's cute. So hopefully Villa do listen, and they do get that changed swiftly as well. We can't wait any longer, can we? For that one. I love that Nick was saying, no, actually the second time was about Goodison having no car park. Do they not recommend anywhere? Surely there's got to be a car park near them, right? Even if it's not on the grounds themselves. But I've never looked, because I haven't been to Goodison. And if it wasn't Georgie's birthday this weekend, then I would have come. But unfortunately,
what if people have so many birthdays?
How dare they be born?
That is not what I was trying to say. Why do people have so many birthdays? No. This time of the year is the busiest year for birthdays for me, and it's actually like I just go broke until like the end of February because of the amount of birthdays I have. And now I know that it's George's birthday as well, and it's like, what? Why do we all have to be born so close?
Well, it's the annoying thing, because it's like, oh, I know you wanted that for Christmas, but you still want that for your birthday? Like, is that still a birthday gift? Is it still, or is it Christmas? Yeah. Like, it's still, yeah. But I mean, hopefully I've done all right. 20-minute walk. Okay, that's, getting a few steps in. It's all right. Don't you worry. We'll open up a car park just for you. We'll build one, Nick. That's what we'll do. But I think that might be all I had to discuss. So yeah, if you are going to the game this weekend, look out for Joe. Shake his hand for the incredible feat that he has achieved, and hopefully he can have a nice relax after that on the coach home, just headphones on and sleep for the entire way back.
Speaking of the coach, for those that are struggling finding somewhere to park, there's still space in the coach if they want to jump on that.
What a fantastic link. Yes, Gary. Well done. So yes, go on.
I can't do coaches because I throw up everywhere. so I have
Bring
to
a
go
bag,
that
it'll be
far.
alright.
Sorry.
Yeah, so good travellers only if you want to go. If you want to come. But yeah, there are still some spots left on the coach. So if you do want to come, as Gary says, get in touch with Holtienda or look at the Facebook page, and there'll be details on how to book a seat on the coach with the fan club. So that's all there for you.
Do we want an update on how the men are doing this evening?
Didn't know they were playing.
losing,
Yeah,
aren't they?
go for it.
Well, they were losing. They were 2-0 down, but they've just gone 3-2 up on the 87th minute.
Oh, is this ye old
I saw the
Europa
goal come
League?
through, but didn't know the
It is, yes, they're playing Red Bull, Salzburg Red Bull.
Yes, of course they are.
I'm more excited that we've got Dougie back.
Yes.
I'm excited we've got Tammy Abraham back, but
Really?
I'm really excited that we got Dougie back. So I'm just like the happiest girl ever.
Well,
My
we're
man
second.
back,
We're second in the league. That's nice.
and that too, yeah. But I'm just glad we got Dougie back. Like, I'm easily pleased.
But see, this
It'll
is the
be
women's
okay to
future.
have the same Doogie back, the one that was actually playing well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got to be him. If not, he
it-
can get in the bin.
He's went to Juventus, hasn't done very much, and then he's came to Forest and hasn't done very much. So maybe Emery can work some magic with him again, or else, why did he bring him back?
Dyeing back blonde. Give him a bit of a beard trim. Give him some Unai treatment, and he'll be firing.
Yeah, back to
Sorry,
back
Gary,
to where he was.
you're not my favourite man anymore.
Now, we both know that's a lie.
full time.
Full time, and they've done it. Yeah. No, I was just going to say the table looks quite nice because that's hopefully the future for the women as well. First place Leon, second place Aston Villa. That's where it needs to be. But yeah, Faye agrees. So make it accessible for driving, parking, or taking into account public transport on Sunday. Yes, because especially if you live in a tiny little village like me, I don't think my bus even runs on a Sunday. So I would have to drive everywhere because it's just non-existent. But
They have buses out there?
Eh?
They have buses out there?
I know. I mean, it did used to be a tractor with a trailer, but they have upgraded to a bus. In recent years, recent months, I should say.
Good. Gonna say, I sent you a meal and it arrived about 3 weeks later than expected.
It's just when you were like, "Have you received anything?" And I was like, "No," and you were like, "What?" It's like, "No, I promise, I haven't forgot to say thank you." It never came. Until I mean, they had to walk it from the post office.
And that's 105 miles away, isn't it? It was Joe. Joe was delivering it.
Yeah.
It'll turn up on time if Joe delivers it.
Yeah.
Might be football shaped, but it'll arrive.
Yeah. And I think talking about Joe is probably the best way to wrap up. Does anyone else have any more shouts that they wanted to do before we go?
No.
No, I think we covered everything. Yeah,
No.
good. So once again, massive shout out to Joe for the incredible walk that he's doing from Villa Park to Goodison, and for everyone going to the match, please do give him a high five or a hug, depending on what he needs at the time. But yeah, fantastic achievement, and if you've got any pennies spare, it's a fantastic cause that he is.
Really, come Sunday, it's a food rub he needs.
He's got a little shaky thing on him, so if you've got any loose change, just don't throw it at him literally, but throw it in the little thing.
In the vicinity of the pot. Yes.
Don't really give that advert for the fan coach travel, but like just in his little thing. In
his little thing, yes. And again, anything. Yeah,
not the any road
with him, appreciate him. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, yeah. And yeah, Nick said, need to post this link over and over again. I've not seen it. Right, okay, we'll get on that, Nick. We'll make sure it's up on the page again for everyone to see. And of course, the page we're talking about, Part of the Pride Pod, is in association with the whole 115 Yards Women's Football Podcast and the Aston Villa Women Fan Club. Oh, Gary, what were you going to say?
The Joe's link actually went up again there this evening because I
Oh.
authorized the post about an hour and a half ago.
Oh, perfect. So it should be there then, and then we can share it across these socials, the send as well, and just make sure everyone's got access to it, and hopefully keep those numbers rising. So yeah, massively proud of his achievement, his journey, literally, and hopefully he arrives safe and well at Goodison on Sunday. But yeah, to everyone who's going, safe travels. Hope we come back with a win, and next week we get to talk about 3 points and hopefully leapfrogging Brighton in the table as well. So we will leave it there. Thank you so much to everyone who's got involved in the chat. Some new faces as well, which is fantastic. You can find us across all socials, and once again at the whole115yards.com for that transfer tracker. It's got everything on there from the WSL, WSL2, Liga FA and Serie A, and regular football updates around that X channel as well. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And we'll see you next Thursday at 8. Good night. Bye.
Like.